Hey everyone, thanks so much for joining me today. So today we're going to be doing the third challenge in my challenge series, and today we're going to be doing a holo gradient. So this is going to be very exciting, it's going to be very pretty. So what I've gone ahead and done so far is I applied my base coat, my normal base coat to my nails, and I've also done a base coat color just to kind of help the gradient along. These are going to be the Color Club new holographic colors that just came out. This is actually from the first collection, and the ones that we're going to be doing are with the new collection. This is the base color here, and it's called Cherubic. And I basically just painted all my nails that color for a background. And the reason why I chose this color is it's a neutral color, so it'll allow the colors that we're going to be using to pop. So the colors that we're going to use is this really nice greenish tint. It's like a greenish gold. And this one is called Kismet. And we're going to be pairing that with this pink color. And this is Miss Bliss. And this dark purple, and this one is called Eternal Beauty. If you're interested in seeing a haul on these colors, as well as the first set, I did place videos on that. I can include a link down below. So in order to get started with the gradient, basically all you're going to need are a few tools. You're going to need something to place your polish on. I'm just going to use this little piece of plastic. This came from a package that I received, and I just cut it out. Something that's going to be really easy to apply. You can also use a piece of paper, just whatever is easy for you, but I like to use this plastic here because it's easier to glide on. We're also going to be using a cosmetic sponge in order to apply the gradient. There's a few ways that you can apply the polish. You can apply the polish directly on to the sponge and then sponge the nail with it. What I like to do is I like to actually place the colors on my little surface, dab it in, and then apply. So let's go ahead and get started with this this whole tutorial here. So what you're basically going to do is get your polishes ready and just apply a pretty generous amount. The nice thing about a gradient is it's buildable. So it's not necessarily going to be very thick at first, but you can build layers to get the desired effect that you're looking for. Okay. So there's different ways to do this. I personally just go for it with my 3 colors, dab it in, and I use an up and down motion to blend the colors. I know there's some people that they'll blend them on the surface that they're using. I don't tend to do that. So you're just going to dab it in, pick up the color, and you're just going to go ahead and just dab that across. And there you can see it's starting the effect. So most likely we're going to need about 3 coats to go ahead and get it to the consistency and the opaqueness that I'm looking for. So let's go ahead and continue on with the rest of my nails. And you're just going to dab it in the same spot. You're going to try to get it in the same spot. If you don't get it exactly in the same spot, that's fine, because that helps with the blending of the colors. Okay, so I've done one coat of the gradient here. The nice thing about a gradient is it dries very quickly. You do want to go ahead and make sure that it is dried completely, only because if it's still wet when you apply your second coat, the sponge will pull off your first layer. And also it's possible that you can get bits and pieces of your sponge into the nail. So you want to avoid that. So this is completely dried, so we're going to go ahead and start off with our second coat now. We're basically just going to do the same thing. Just get our lines going. Dab that in. And just going to sponge that through. So I've gone ahead and applied 3 coats to get this look for my gradient. The next thing I'm going to go ahead and do is just clean up. As you can see here, it's pretty dry, so it's ready to go for cleanup. So what I have here is some acetone in this little container, and I'm going to be using a Q-tip for the majority of the cleanup because it picks it up much quicker than using a brush. I'm going to be using a brush to get into the cracks, into detail, but I'm just going to use this very quickly to get around. There are some techniques that you can use. I have used before, for example, Elmer's glue or any sort of glue that peels off, and painted that around the cuticle. That's an easy way to clean up also, so that way you don't have to do it this way. You can just peel it off, but it's not so bad to do it this way. Okay, so after I do that, now I'm going to be using my little tool here that I have. It's just a little brush, and you can dip that in the acetone, and this will go ahead and clean it up in a detailed area. So now to complete the look, there's 2 things that you can do. You can either leave it this way, especially if you're liking the new texture trend that's going on right now, where it's not a top shiny coat. this has kind of a rough look to it. So if you like the texture, you can leave it as is, or what I'm gonna go ahead and do is apply a top coat. That way it comes out very glossy, and it's also gonna blend the colors a little bit more. So the top coat I'm gonna be using is Sweet, and this is gonna go ahead and blend those colors very nicely so that it does look like a very pretty gradient. And there you go. I really hope you guys liked this tutorial today. Please go ahead and leave me some comments and some suggestions down below in the down bar area. I will be continuing on with this challenge for the next few weeks. My goal is to do 30 of them, so I do have some in mind. If you'd like to see anything specifically, please leave that down below. Also, if you like this video, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel. You can also check me out over on my Facebook fan page, and I'll have a link to that down below also. I really appreciate you guys tuning in every week to see what I have going on, and I hope you have a great evening. Thanks so much for watching.